Welcome to 4C Visions. I'm your host, R.V. Hight, Director of Communications at Central Carolina Community College. In this edition of 4C Visions, it is my pleasure to welcome Marioneta Pavlic, who is the Small Business Center Coordinator for Central Carolina Community College in Harnett County. Mari-enetta has over 12 years' experience owning and operating a small business. She became director of Triangle South Enterprise Center at the end of 2015. Mari-enetta is an alumna from Harnett Central High School, earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from UNC Greensboro, and is currently pursuing a Master's in Career Counseling at North Carolina Central University. She is involved in many volunteer, civic, and social organizations in her community. Mari-enetta is a native of Harnett County and resides in Dunn. Mari-enetta, welcome to 4C Visions.
Thank you, RV, for having me.
Well, it's good to have you. What does the Small Business Center do, and how does it help business owners or potential business owners?
The Small Business Center at CCCC, we're very fortunate to have 3 different business centers across our 3 counties, and I'm lucky enough to be the Harnett County Small Business Center Coordinator. And what it does for our small businesses is anyone with that small business idea to someone who's already operating as a small business, we are a resource. We're the first stop for the small business. Anywhere from business planning to how to market to how to navigate QuickBooks, that's who we are, is their assistant, if you will.
Wow. Well, Marioneta, please share with our viewers about the seminars and counseling opportunities that are available through the Small Business Center.
So we provide one-on-one counseling with small business or entrepreneurs wanting to start a small business. That is a confidential basis. So we don't share any information. It is kept within our network. So you can really explore and expand your business growth with the help of one-on-one counseling. We also provide seminars and webinars to our communities. We offer face-to-face seminars in Harnett County over Lillington, Dunn, Anger, and Irwin, and as well as Western Harnett at time from time on different subjects from accounting to loan packaging to business planning, anything kind of at the beginning to the end of your small business. This semester we're offering a wide variety of both face-to-face and webinars across our small business centers.
Well, that's exciting. Well, I'm sure that you've had many success stories. Are there any that come to mind? And it must provide for you a great deal of satisfaction to see one of your clients find success in the business world.
Yeah, there have been several for me personally, being in the position for about 3 years. One was, excuse me, a small business owner just started when I actually first started, so they're one of my first clients. And they had a small office in our incubator at Triangle South, and they attended our seminars and webinars, and they had one-on-one counseling regularly with their small business, and they were able in a year's time to more than double their profits and moved out of Triangle South incubator into their own office space, and they're doing a phenomenal job on the e-commerce market right now.
Excellent. Well, who are the people who can benefit from the services of the Small Business Center?
Anyone that is thinking about owning a business or working in a small business would benefit from the Small Business Center. You don't necessarily have to be in business already to use our resources. That's the great thing about the Small Business Center, is it's starting with the idea. We can help you write the business plan. We don't do it for you, but we give you a lot of assistance and encouragement along the way. And having those guidelines and those resources to offer you is a great place for someone just starting a business. A lot of times you have no idea when you start a business where to go or who to talk to or who to trust or what to look up on the internet. And that's what the Small Business Center allows for our community. So it can be a student in the business field or not. It could also be someone in the community. We get a lot of references from Chamber of Commerce's and different businesses in the communities that we interact with on where do I go, what do I do, and that's the resource that we are for those small business owners or entrepreneurs wanting to get started.
Wow. Well, are there certain qualities that a person would need to possess to be a successful business owner?
Qualities I think are within the individual themselves, and you have to be strong-hearted, strong-willed, and dedicated. Small businesses don't start overnight typically. It's a lot of planning involved. So of those characteristics of what it takes to be successful, I think, is to be patient, be well planned, and know your resources, and don't be afraid to seek those resources and use those resources.
Well, what's the best advice you have for anyone interested in starting a business?
Small Business Center. When you're starting your small business, seek out that Small Business Center. I'm in Harnett County. We have Terry Brown in Lee County and John Spoon in Chatham County here at CCCC. And when you're thinking about starting as a business, seek out that Small Business Center director and start there, because we're able to get you in the right direction on where you are, where you need to go, and set goals in place to help you accomplish that.
Well, we've talked about the Small Business Center, but you also operate the Triangle South Enterprise Center in Dunn. What is the Triangle South Enterprise Center?
Triangle South Enterprise Center is a small business incubator. What that means is that we have 22 office spaces in Triangle South that offers low rate rent to startup businesses, and they can either be fresh off the ground startups, or those small businesses just maybe been in a bedroom in the home and need to come out and to seek the world. And we offer it at a much lower rate than your traditional brick and mortar store. So it allows you to get your feet wet to see if this is a plausible idea to have a business in a structure of that. And the Small Business Center is located in Triangle South Enterprise Center. So what better place to have the Small Business Center than in that incubator? And so right now we have anywhere from a paralegal, a tutoring service, we have a caterer. So there's a lot of different varieties in our incubator currently, but there's still space for other entrepreneurs and startup businesses and small businesses to kind of set roots and start to grow. And we want to encourage and give resources to our incubator tenants and give them the ability to grow. And so it's a very good program that we're very fortunate to have in Harnett County, because incubators and accelerators are kind of on the rise in North Carolina. But Triangle South is the second oldest in the state. We've been around for 31 years. And we have provided through the incubator and the Dunn area community over 4,500 jobs in North Carolina. So this is a really big deal when it comes to our economy, because over 50% of our small businesses make up 50% of our businesses in North Carolina. So you want to take advantage of the resources that you have, and having Triangle South be that incubator in our region is a great asset to have.
Excellent. Is there space available for rent, and what are the qualifications for renting a space?
Yes, there is space for rent right now at Triangle South. Like I said, you have to be a small business, whether you're just starting or you've been in business and you're just trying to regroup or restructure. The qualifications and minimum is to meet with the Small Business Center, myself, and to see where you are in your business. Is it a good fit? Is this where you need to be right now? And then we go work on the business plan and move forward from there.
I'm interested a little bit about your business career. I know that you operated a small business for a number of years before your current position. How did those experiences help you in what you do now?
Tremendously. When I started my own business many years ago now, but I did not know of the Small Business Center. I was one of those that didn't know it existed. So I did all the legwork myself. Years after I had started the business, I realized the Small Business Center and what it did, and I'm now kicking myself knowing that someone could have helped me. But doing that and operating a business for 12 years and knowing the ins and outs of a family business as well as a small business with a very low staff really helps have that knowledge coming into someone with just that idea like I had 15 years ago, and going all the way through from the idea to closing the business. So I have done the whole life of the business, and it has greatly helped in the position that I'm in.
Well, if someone comes to you and talks to you about a small business, what would be your top advice that you might give someone who's just thinking about it?
The top advice is to write it all down. A lot of times we think about an idea and we have a business perspective in our mind, and we'll get to it later. But as long as we can write down, we start planning. A business plan, a lot of times people think it's a big kind of chapter, big ordeal, and it really is just a story. So we got to start the story somewhere, and by writing it down, planning those ideas, then the small business will see if it has the resources to become a real business.
I wanted to talk to you, Mari-enetta, too, about one of your success stories, and that is a young man who has begun a barber shop in Dunn area.
Yes.
And he actually began at the CCCC barbering program but also took advantage of our Small Business Center. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, the gentleman, he is a over 20-year veteran, decided to go back to school, into our barbering program at Dunn, and he just graduated in this October of 2018, and utilizing the seminars that I offer in partnership with the barbering class, he started attending the seminars just for the class, and then attended some others. He also then began counseling for the small business. And this year he'll open his barbershop in downtown Dunn. Wow. And so it is a great story, I think, for the entire college of how the program, you know, it recruited a veteran, it went through the program, he graduated very early in his program, and used the resources of the Small Business Center, and now is opening in a thriving downtown of Dunn. And it speaks highly, I think, of his character and his commitment to the community. Because he is not originally from Dunn, but he fell in love with the community at the barbering school and knew that that's where his business needed to be. So it is touching, and one of those success stories that, you know, I'll pass this business every day, and my family will be a patron, and it's a good feeling to know that part of that came from the Small Business Center.
Well, it is exciting, and obviously it shows that people that are interested or may want to learn more about the Small Business Center, you don't have to have been out of school for a long time. It could be a current student. It's just if you have a business idea that you feel like could be successful, then Mari-enetta and the Small Business Center would be a great choice to visit. Mari-enetta, how can our viewers learn more about the Small Business Center and the Triangle South Enterprise Center?
There are our websites at trianglesouth.com and harnetsbc.com are our two websites, and they are connected to each other. If you forget one, you can go to the other. But trianglesouth.com will give you an overview of the incubator, show you some pictures of some office spaces. And the Small Business Center website provides a direct link to register for counseling sessions, as well as our seminars and our webinars. And like I said, it is a confidential network. So you put your name and your email, and we reach out to you directly. It's not shared. And then we're able to inform you of those events that will be coming up that may be beneficial to you as a startup business.
Outstanding. Marioneta, finally, what do you think makes Central Carolina Community College such a special place?
The community, that really, just the reach out, that overlap, and we were talking about that a little bit with that success story, is, you know, recruiting a veteran, going to a program, using the Small Business Center, and then coming back to his community that he loves. I think it's that reach out, that overstep, that if you pick up a phone call and you call someone in a different department, it's not a shutout, it's a welcoming. And I think that's across the board for CCCC. Outstanding.
Well, thank you, Mari-enetta, for your service to Central Carolina Community College, and we will return to 4C Visions after these messages.
Get up. Am I good?
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start.
That's why we're here. We're free, handsome,
I think we're breathtaking.
and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're gonna turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Find me one.
What's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
and unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
Little tadpoles, frogs, spiders, this is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice, she's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Or maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Today, we welcome Rosalind Cross, who is Director of Workforce Development and Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act programs. She has been with CCCC for almost 11 years and thoroughly enjoys serving the college in this capacity. In this role, Rosalind is accountable for the day-to-day operations of programs and physical responsibilities under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. She also provides oversight to the activities of the Triangle South Workforce Development Board, which serves Chatham, Harnett, Lee, and Sampson counties. She holds a Master of Business Administration and a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a minor in Human Resource Management. She is also an alumnus of Central Carolina Community College and is appreciative of the education that she received, which she credits to helping to propel her career. Well, Rosalind, welcome to 4C Visions.
Thank you so much, RV. I'm happy to be here.
Well, it's good to have you. What in general are the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act programs?
There are varying levels of programs that are served under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act programs, to include the adult program, the dislocated worker program, as well as the youth program. It's actually a young adult and youth program.
Well, let's talk about each of these individual programs, especially as to how they assist adult dislocated workers and youth.
So with the adult program, that program is designed for individuals that are underemployed or unemployed. It provides those individuals with the opportunities to go back to school to increase their educational level, which helps them to be more productive and increases their opportunities to land sustainable wage earning jobs. And then with the dislocated worker program, that program is geared towards individuals that have lost their job due to no fault of their own, meaning they've been laid off, they've been let go, or whatever the issue may be. And the same thing, we provide those individuals with the opportunity to go back to school and to get them into a position that provides them with the sustainable wage earning positions. And then with the youth program, we help individuals that have barriers to employment or barriers to completing their educational goals. So the same thing is all about employment and training opportunities for the individuals that come into our programs.
And do these individuals usually come to your office to sign up, or are these people that you look for, or how do you get your clients?
We receive the clients in a myriad of ways, but however, they do not come to my office.
Okay.
We have all of our services provided out of the NC Works Career Centers in the counties that you mentioned, in Chatham, Harnett, Lee, as well as Sampson County. So they would go to that center, whichever is closest to them, and go in there and inquire of services under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act.
Perfect. Well, what is the role of Triangle South Workforce Development in regards to the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act programs, and how does it operate?
So the Triangle South Workforce Development Board is one of 23 workforce boards across the state of North Carolina, and the Workforce Board is responsible for policy and for planning and for guidance of the WIOA programs, and I refer to the programs as WIOA from this point forward. So the Workforce Board sets the tone, sets the direction, follows the law, which is the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act itself, follows that law and propels us as staff to provide those services under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. However, again, those services are provided out of the Career Centers, which is our one-stop Career Center. Is a comprehensive site that individuals will go to for job referrals, job search, and things of that nature.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the WIOA Title I programs, which are federally funded by the Department of Labor and provide assistance to individuals with barriers to employment or educational attainment. What kinds of programs are available, and what is the purpose of these programs?
So again, these programs are all geared towards employment and training. We help individuals that have barriers to employment, and those barriers can be a myriad of things, especially in the youth program, working with individuals that may be a teen parent or in and out of the juvenile justice system, a foster child, things of that nature behind grade level. So the goal is to just get them into a training program. We do send them to our local community colleges, specifically here at Central Carolina Community College, send them there to get that educational training that they need that helps them to get about their business of getting a job or finding a job, and it increases their opportunities for success in the area once they have that training under their belt.
Wow. Well, how does a person qualify to participate in any of these programs? And in general terms, how many individuals do you help in a year or a certain time period?
That's kind of a loaded question. As far as qualified, they must meet eligibility requirements. For the adult program, they must be underemployed or unemployed. For the dislocated worker program, they must have lost their job due to no fault of their own, such as plant closures or layoffs. And then with the youth program, their barriers are a bit different. We serve individuals between the ages of 14 to 24. And they must present with some type of barrier to completing their educational goals with high school or just in general with college. So I kind of lost my train of thought there with that second part.
Well, I wanted to ask you, it must bring you a great deal of satisfaction to see all of these individuals that the program is able to help and put into positions.
Absolutely. It does bring great satisfaction seeing individuals come in at whatever level they come in and see them going up to the next level. And this program, the programs actually serve about 600 participants per year, and that's just under Title I. However, in the Career Center, between the 4 counties that we serve, we have touched over 21,000 participants or clients in a year's time, and about 910 employees within a year's time. So that is, we're quite proud of those numbers.
Well, I know you are. Well, we talked a little bit about the NC Works Career Centers, and we know that's an important part of the Triangle South Workforce Development. Talk about where these centers are located and how those centers operate.
So our centers are located again in Chatham County, Harnett County, and we have 2 centers in Harnett County, Lee County, as well as Sampson County. And individuals, that is a comprehensive one-stop center. So individuals can go there for job search assistance, they can go there for job referrals, they can go there for resume prep, they can go there for employability skills training. So it really is a one-stop center for all types of services that individuals may come in and present with.
Great. Well, I know that you're proud of the program's accomplishments, especially regarding the performance measures for 2017. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Our performance measures are set by the Department of Labor. There's nothing we can do about it. Our goals are set at the Department of Labor level as well as the state level. The state actually negotiates with the Department of Labor regarding our performance measures. And so I'm happy to report that the Triangle South Workforce Development Board met our goals by 90% or better. We're required by the Department of Labor to meet our performance goals by 90% or better. And in most of the areas that we were measured on, we met those goals by 95 to 98 to even 100, over 100% or better. And some of those performance measures include entering employment after exit at Q2, entering employment after exit at Q4, as well as measurable skills gain, meaning that did that individual come in at this level and go up a skills level, credential attainment, did they attain some type of credential or degree, and median earnings, are they earning a livable, sustainable wage? So we're measured on those types of measures at the Department of Labor level.
Well, I know you're awfully proud of all the accomplishments.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And speaking of which, I know that you're very proud of the staff you have as well as the board of the Triangle South.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about your staff and your board.
So the Triangle South Workforce Development Board is comprised of 19 board members, and they come from the 4 counties as mentioned. We have 5 in 3 of the counties and 4 in the other county. And these members are comprised of private sector members as well as, and they are leaders in their business. And we also have public sector members that are serving on the board, and these members are appointed by our elected officials. And so we're very happy to have them on board. They're volunteers. And so they help set the tone and set the direction because they're actually out there in the field. They know exactly what's going on. So we're happy to have the board members that we do have that make up the composition of the Triangle South Workforce Development Board. And then the staff is made up of 9 members. We have 9 people that are comprised of the Triangle South Workforce Development Board staff. And we worked under the direction of the Workforce Board. And so we're very happy in our positions and happy to be out serving the community and meeting the needs of the community and working with our elected officials to make sure that we're meeting their goals as well.
And I know that you're very pleased that many of your staff members have been around for a good while, as you have,
Absolutely.
which brings a lot of continuity
Absolutely.
to the programs.
Absolutely.
So how can people learn more about the programs offered by the Triangle South Workforce Development?
Well, they can use us as the Triangle South Workforce Development Board staff as a resource, but also they can visit our website, www.trianglesouthworkforce.com. That is our website, and they get a wealth of information regarding Triangle South and the programs that we offer, as well as our career centers, where to go to for NC Works Career Center services. So we have the addresses on there, as well as our service providers. We have them listed there as well so that individuals will know exactly whom to go into the Career Center and ask for.
Perfect. As an alumnus of Central Carolina Community College, how did your CCCC education help to propel your career? And what do you think makes CCCC such a special school?
Well, that's a loaded question as well. I will always be grateful and thankful for the educational attainment that I received here. The instructors made my helped me to meet all of my educational goals. They were very passionate. They had an open door policy, all about collaboration and communication. That's what the college is all about. And so I felt when I left, when I received my degree and left, I felt empowered. I felt confident and competent that I could go out into the world and do my job search efficiently and obtain a position, and I did just that by coming back here 4 months later as an employee of Central Carolina Community College.
Wow, I bet you never thought you'd be back at the college.
I did. I absolutely knew this is where I wanted to work. It was something about the community feel while I was a student here, and I felt that this would be the place that I wanted to get my start, and I was able to do just that.
What would you advise to maybe some of our younger viewers who may be considering CCCC for an education? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to give us a try. CCCC has a wealth of programs that anyone can be successful at. They have a wealth of knowledge. They have the career advisors. They have everyone in place that will help you to be successful in reaching your educational goals. So give us a shot. I think it will be worth your time. I know it will be worth your time.
And once again, we want to remind you to please visit the website for more information on the Triangle South programs, but also if you're one of those individuals who you feel like may qualify for assistance, who maybe you lost a job, or maybe you're a young person who cannot get that education for whatever reason, or maybe you have a disability, that maybe one of these Triangle South programs may be able to help you. And I know that once again you want to ask those folks who are seeking help to go to your NC Works Center.
Career Center, yes.
And can you tell them once again where they're located?
We have one located in Chatham County, and that is located on Central Carolina Community College's Pittsboro campus, and we're on the 2nd floor. We have 2 locations in Harnett County. Again, one is located right on Central Carolina Community College's Harnett main campus. We're right there at that location, and we have a second alternative location in Dunn at the North Carolina Voc Rehab Center, and that's on Egerton Street in Dunn. And then we have one located in Lee County, and that is on 1909 Lee Avenue. It is formerly known as the Employment Security Commission, but we've gone through the process of rebranding. It is an NC Works Career Center. And lastly, in Sampson County, we have one located in Sampson County in Clinton, and I forget that address.
That's okay.
Yes.
And if you need that help, just go to our website and look up the telephone numbers. And
Absolutely.
I'm sure that Rosalind's staff would be more than happy to help you. Rosalind, thank you. Thank you to your staff for all that you do to help our citizens in our area. And thank you, viewers, for being with us today on 4C Visions.